Hello everybody, this is Aspie and you're watching The Incredible Aspie. And today I'd like to talk to you all about something which I saw on the internet which sort of surprised me because I never expected him to come back. I'm pretty sure you all remember who the Naked Ape is, right? In my opinion, he was probably one of the funniest political YouTubers that existed on the entire platform. I mean, some people might give me, grief or hate over that comment, but that's what I believe. Apparently what happened, I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago, he released one last video where he said that he had gotten a real job and that he was going to be gone for a couple weeks. Yeah, a couple weeks. A couple weeks turned into months. Well, anyway, he made that video, and in that video, it's the one where he reintroduces Edgy Sphinx or Braving Ruin back to YouTube. That video did not age well, to be honest with you, because Braving Ruin's now gone off of YouTube. And, all that stuff happened, in sort of Naked Ape's absence, the whole Kraut thing, the whole, pretty much just everything else that happened over that time. And also, I can remember that Naked Ape, after, I think it was 8 months or 9 months after he made his last video, or maybe even a year after that, he decided to try and upload another one. It was a video he made against the what he called the atheist community, but that video was very quickly taken down by YouTube for, I guess, for hate speech or something. And that's too bad because the video was actually really good. I guess you could say that video was a very strong reaming of the atheist community on YouTube. It was pretty brutal. What I mean by Naked Ape returned, I don't mean to say that he made a new video. He only left a community message explaining where he's been this whole time. And to be honest with you, it's slightly depressing to read. It's been a long time since I've been on this account, and I think anyone who cares enough to read this deserves to know where I went. I think that social media is an incredibly toxic influence on a certain type of narcissistic or depressive personality, and I think I'm definitely that kind of person. I've always tried to keep ego in check with self-abusing humor, but there's no doubt that the attention you get from your fourth-rate opinions being watched by millions of people can get to your head, and craving more of that attention acts like a huge dopamine high. Now, I can understand where he's coming from with this, because I used to be one of those people, except I didn't try to get the attention from just people on the internet. I also tried to get it from other big YouTubers like him. Luckily, all those videos, such as my Kumite match with Naked Ape, it's pretty much all been yeeted off of YouTube at this point. I can remember that the whole Kumite episode that we were on was actually deleted directly after it was done due to some copyright problems, and but somebody managed to download just the part with me and the Naked Ape fighting, and that was up on YouTube for a long time, to my embarrassment. Luckily, it was taken down, but anyway, that's not the point. What I'm trying to say here is that, there is a huge dopamine high that you get from, getting attention from people or just somebody big like that. I used to chase that for a long time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, that's your body has a natural reward system for doing something that's good, like after I do well on a test, or after I've finished creating something like some big project, you always get that dopamine rush of, yes, I finished it. And that delayed reward is something that drives people towards doing great things. Now, of course, Naked Ape feels like that's a harmful thing, but of course on social media it can be, because you wear out your dopamine receptors, and that can really hurt your motivations. It can cause you to be disincentivized from chasing certain things. I believe there was even an article called The End of Boredom, which talked about the cell phone era and what social media and cell phones have caused. It got to the point where making videos was all about the next rush, and not about arguments, expression, art, creation, or anything positive or uplifting. YouTube's demonetization and pushing edgy content off the site definitely had a part to play, but mostly I just got sick of the highs and lows of attention seeking and endless self-validation that social media caused. I don't think I'm ever going to return to social media, and I might and probably will delete this channel sometime soon. For the love of God, Ape, do not delete your channel. I know you don't like like social media or YouTube in general anymore because of everything that happened and everything that you know you went through. But at the same time, you have probably one of the best repertoires of videos on YouTube. So, and that stuff needs to stay there. If you have to archive that stuff, turn your channel into like an archive, do that, please. But don't delete your channel, I swear. If anyone cares, I might answer a Q&A, but there's not much left to be said. My politics haven't changed much. I'm still not an alt-right Nazi, and I still think that Trump is the best thing to happen since Bernie's new refund policy on donations. Oh my gosh, he's still the old naked ape we all know and love. I've always loved his sense of humor. Maybe someday I'll have the right mindset to create content without the drama, ego, and depressive, desperate attention seeking that, looking back, I definitely had. But for now, I'm happy with my half-black boyfriend. We have a house, 2 dogs, and a lot of bills to pay, so I definitely need to keep going on my real job. Real job, as he pronounced it in his last video. Thank you to everyone who supported my disgusting, egotistical rants and racist humor that is now no longer allowed on the internet. See you, Space Cowboy! See you, Space Cowboy. What does that even mean anyway? I'm sure it's like some sort of meme or something. In reaction to that full text, it's sort of sad, but it's not, you know, surprising, you know. He's giving the exact same reason of why, you know, Dr. Layman left YouTube. I mean, yeah, Dr. Layman's story is a little bit different, as he struggled with, you know, I believe it was heroin addiction or something. He was addicted to something, but he struggled with addiction, and he left YouTube not only because of that, but also due to all the, what he feels is the egos and the narcissism that started to develop on YouTube, you know? I mean, he said that after a long time of doing videos that not only did genuinely, you know, hateful and, you know, racist people, you know, started using his videos to, you know, support their arguments, but also that Dr. Layman started to see a tinge of narcissism in YouTubers that he actually did like, you know, like Philosophy Tube and people like that who, you know, while they're not bad people, began to, you know, on their social media platforms, began to show signs of narcissism. And I can imagine why that would, you know, turn him off to YouTube. You know, people were always constantly trying to talk to him about things which he was not really, you know, well spoken in or well researched in. So I can imagine why he finally just, you know, cut the cord and left YouTube. I mean, I think he made like 1 or 2 more videos after, you know, the video explaining why he left, but that's it. I don't really expect him to come back to YouTube anytime soon. I mean, I kind of see it as like what happened with Leafy, you know, what happened with Naked Ape with Leafy. Leafy came back to YouTube after, you know, that whole stuff with iDubbbz happened, and, you know, I might make a video on the iDubbbz situation. He did 2 videos, you know, making fun of iDubbbz, but I don't really think he's planning on doing anything in the future soon. I don't even think he used his original high-quality microphone. From the sound of it, he used the computer audio because, you know, this was just gonna be some one-off thing, and I think with the Naked Ape, this might be true as well. I don't really expect him to make any more videos off of this. In the message he sent, he did say that he might do a Q&A, but other than that, I don't really expect to see a lot coming out of Naked Ape anytime soon. It would be nice to get his opinion on stuff, you know, like the coronavirus, you know, the election that's happening right now, the fact that Bernie got yeeted himself from the election, you know, and that the person running for the Democratic Party is a senile former vice president. I think there's only been like 1 time since a vice president has been even close to the president. I think Al Gore was like the closest a vice president ever came to becoming actual president of the United States. You know, everybody, you know, if they know nothing on politics, would think that it'd be the vice president who'd be most likely to get the presidency, but that's never the case. It's always the Secretary of State or like a general or something that would most likely get the position of president. But of course, I'm just ranting on about, you know, nothing at this point. Would it be cool if he returned to YouTube? I mean, of course it would be. I mean, he's like one of my favorites, you know. We have a little bit of a history, me and Naked Ape, you know, not a good history, but it's a history nonetheless. Personally, I know this is probably, I'm beating a dead horse here, but I'd still really like to have Naked Ape on my channel, you know, talking. I'd really love to do an interview with Naked Ape. that, get him on my channel, talk about where he's been, what he's been up to, talk to him about certain political things that happened, Actually, I somewhat think it was the coronavirus that brought him back to YouTube to do that message, He's probably stuck inside more often than what he usually is, so he decided, just to get back on YouTube and give everybody a message and, tell everybody how he's been. He actually tried to talk to all his fans on his Discord server for like a couple minutes, but I guess they all got on his nerves because they were all trying to get him into the voice chats on Discord, but he wouldn't do it, mostly because his microphone was not plugged into his computer. He apparently, stashed it away and put it in his closet. He also would not download it on his phone, so he's trying to keep his distance away from social media, as he said in the message, which I just read to you all. Well, Naked Ape, I know this might, as I said before, I might be beating a dead horse right here, but if you would like for me to interview you, the door's open. You can come on my channel. I won't be, fanboying out or anything, I don't usually do that crap, but if you'd like to come on for an interview, talk about how everything's been going, how everything's doing, where you've been, what you think of modern issues, I would like for you to have you on my channel. Thank you all for watching this. I hope you all enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Please follow me on Twitter, and please come into my Discord server. I swear, it is very lonely in there. Please come in there. Peace out, and God bless you all.